Hey there, everybody. Welcome to episode 161 of the Finger Guns Podcast. My name is Rossko. How you doing? I'm joined by Miles Thompson.
You went for me first. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. I've had a very productive day. I've had my haircut. I got a new phone. I got myself set up with a contract. I've been on pay-as-you-go for like 7 years.
Oh,
so
you finally have a
I know. I'm actually in the modern age. It's incredible.
What phone did you get?
That is a good question. What phone did I get?
You should know what phone.
It's an Android. I know that. It's not an iPhone.
Good.
So therefore I'm happy. So
good.
And apparently it's about 3-4 times an upgrade on the phone that I had, which was 7 years old, something like that.
All right.
So the guy was like, "Yeah, it's only £100, so just do it, and you'll have a much better time." And I was like, "Cool, I'll do that."
Nice, good stuff. Cat.
Rossko.
Hey, pal, how's it going?
Hey, pal. Is it going okay? How's it going for you?
You know what? Life is good.
Good.
Cannot complain.
Good. I haven't had as much of a productive day as Miles because I've been at that thing called work. So, yeah, I know. Sucks, right?
Sucks to be you.
Yeah, cool. You're a dick. But no, I've still had a great day anyway. Yeah, I to be fair, Miles did bring me a coffee, and that's very,
that's very nice of Miles.
It's the little things, isn't it? When you come downstairs and there's a little coffee number one, and it's a caramel latte.
Oh, well done, Miles, for doing the bare minimum, buddy. You rock. You rock so hard. And joining us for the second time, the third time technically, but the second time on the main podcast, you know him. He's your friend and ours, the one, the only, Ethan Lawrence.
Woo!
Oh, he's back.
I'm here. I'm
Yes,
back. I have also not had a productive day, but I can't say I was working. I was doing bugger all, lads.
Nice. Now, the last time you were on, which was for our momentous 150th episode, something came out about a bad education reunion.
Yeah, that news did come out.
No, I'm not a journalist. I'm not going for scoops here. I just want to know how's it going. Should I be excited? I'm very excited about it.
I don't know. I haven't been told nothing, so it's a ways off, I think. So unfortunately, no scoop, and that is genuine. I've got nothing.
All right. I was just
I don't even have shooting dates for you, I'm afraid.
It's all right, man. It's okay, man. Cracking stuff though. That's going to be great.
It's open.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Thank you for coming back, man. Always good to have you.
Thank you for having me. This is I love you guys.
Yeah. I can't wait. I think Ethan's going to have a bit of an episode today. So
I'm definitely going to have an episode.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. Right, let's jump straight into game of the week. Miles, your game of the week.
My game of the week is one I can't talk about, which is really annoying because I actually really like it. But I've got to keep stuck until next week for it. So I'm still playing Spellforce 3. It's a very long game. I'm like 21 hours in. And I think I'm getting near the end. So it's that mix of RTS and kind of top-down isometric, like action-adventure looter type thing. Your characters all have abilities. It's very Diablo-esque. You can kind of kit out what special powers you want to use. Run around a map, you kill a lot of things, and then sometimes the game will just open up like this RTS element where it gives you like a hub, and then you have to capture districts on the map and then build item resource crafting buildings so that you can build up a massive army and then just go and swathe over the rest of the map and kill everything in sight. It's good. I'm enjoying it, but like the RTS element is so basic. Like all you have to do is just turtle, which is great because it's exactly how I play RTSs anyway. So you just hoard up all these resources, build like 100 units, and then you just go and absolutely decimate anything that's on the map. And there's no strategy to it whatsoever. It's a real kind of power trip. It's got some good fantasy elements. The story's okay. The choices don't mean much, but that's fine. And like I said, it's just a really big game. Every time I think I'm getting towards the end, I'm not. I'm still playing. But it's good. I'd recommend it if you're into RTS or Diablo-y type gameplay. But if you don't fancy RTS on console, then just don't bother. It's not worth it.
Okay, so I'm not going to bother.
No,
what you're saying.
It's an antithesis of you.
Everything you don't like in a video game.
Literally, if there was horror elements added as well, it would be completely like anti you. But
I see.
It doesn't have the horror stuff.
Okay, nice one. Kat, your game of the week.
So my game of the week could easily have been The Witcher, but I feel like I need to be very careful because I've kind of stopped playing The Witcher, and I need to not do that thing where I stop playing The Witcher and then restart playing The Witcher in 6 months' time and have to start all over again. I got a bit Witcher fatigued. I'm literally like 12 hours in and I'm like, ugh, like, and that's not a good sign considering it's like a 12-hour game. Yeah, I'm like 12. Literally 12. Do you know what? It's the notice board. It put me off. And then I saw a basilisk, which was like 20 levels above me, and I was like, fuck you. And then I went into some wolves, and yeah, so it's just a whole moment right now. So it's not The Witcher, and I promised myself in the last pod that I would wait until payday to upgrade to extra, and I didn't. So I did upgrade to extra, and I'm playing a little indie game called Hue. I've seen this.
I know Hue.
Yeah, and I've seen it like everywhere. Yeah, and a lot of indies get compared to Hue. So if anybody doesn't know what Hue is, it's essentially like a puzzle platformer where this little dude has no spectrum of color, and he has to kind of go on his way to collect the color and then change and be able to get over obstacles by manipulating different colors of the spectrum. So you might have to turn stuff yellow to make it disappear so that brick walls come out of your way. I have to put it down every so often though, because I get really livid because I think I'm like color dyslexic. So I'll get rid of the yellow and then I'll get rid of like the red, and I'm like, then I fall into spikes and I'm like, cool. Okay, cool, great, cool. But I'm nearly finished it. I think I've got one more color left to do, and then I've got the collectibles. It is a very charming little game, and I fully recommend it, especially as it's free, like completely free on extra. Obviously, it's included. I love it. I think it's awesome. Yeah, it's been a nice little palate cleanser between The Witcher.
Yeah, it's a cracking game, that one. I love it very much.
Mm-hmm.
Great choice.
Thank you.
Great choice. Ethan, what have you been playing recently, good sir?
Two things right at the top. I'd like to echo what Kat said about Hue, which is because it was available on it was a free game on PS Plus like 2 years ago or something. So I remember playing it at the time. Wonderful little game. In addition, one further little item that I thought I'd mention. I am PS Plus Premium, baby. I'm on the I got the classics and everything. It's weird because everyone's muted, but they all started cheering and doing dancing. So it was really odd. It was like, it was like being in a silent film. But so yeah, I've got that. So it may as well briefly mention the fact that there's so much. If I had a criticism of PS Plus Premium, it would be I'm almost paralyzed by choice because there's just so much going on. But I'm working my way through it. But in terms of an actual game to talk about, I've been talking about this game to everyone I see. I've become a huge evangelist for it. I'm just grabbing people in the streets and shaking them by the lapels. Vampire Survivors on Steam. I believe it's on Xbox also. Maybe it'll be on Switch one day. That would be nice. But very basic. It's a game in early access, I believe. I got it on Steam. It's £2.50, I think, or something like that. It's a sort of roguelike bullet hell shooter. But instead of the bullets coming towards you, you are the bullet hell. Basically, you pick up little weapons and upgrades, and everything fires automatically. It's just controlled with WASD. And you just walk around and watch enemies be mowed down while there's a bar at the top, which represents your level up. It's just a sequence of dopamine hits as bars fill up and things go plink, and it's wonderful. And honestly, for £2.50, I don't think I've ever got as much out of a game that costed so little. It is an incredible piece and well worth investing your time. There are regular updates to it as it's still in early access. Everything that gets added, it could be new characters, new weapons, new levels. I'd get in on the ground floor on this one because my suspicion is when it gets to full access and gets released, it's not going to cost you £2.50 anymore. So I'd hop on that as soon as possible. It is a wonderful game, and at £2.50, I mean, that's what, can of Coke? I don't know. I don't buy drinks or food.
Cheaper than a coffee.
Yeah, cheaper than a coffee. Yeah, and the coffee's gone in like an hour. I don't know how long it takes to drink coffee.
Oh, I see, Ethan. I see. How much is a pint of milk, Ethan?
50p.
I was just about to ask. that classic question.
Oh, dear.
I buy it in half pints. What's that?
I see. Sending people to the shop on your behalf. Get me some milk.
I love this. This is how I'm being characterized.
Now, yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm gonna get that tonight.
It's really, really worth your time. It's a proper time sink. Like, you know, you'll think it's one of those just one more run games.
Right.
But it's a lot of fun. And yeah, like I said, if you're looking for just sort of like a dopamine hit that just keeps on hitting you with dopamine, absolutely go for it.
I feel like Mars has already bought it. That's like a Mars Thompson joint right there.
I just checked it. It's on Game Pass. I'm already downloading it.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, I just checked on it.
So we don't even have to pay £2.50 to play this game.
No, it's also £2.9 on Steam now, so it's an even better deal than £2.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's a small dev. You should just pay them the money. Like,
yeah, I think I might. To be honest, I just looked at the screenshots and I was like, that looks sick. I'm in.
It's lovely little hand drawn art. It's really good, you guys. Like, it's really, really good. And I suspect when we get to episode 162 will be the next one after this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, game of the week is going to be the three of you just talking about that. So
we'll have to do a spoiler special. It'll be crazy.
A spoiler special.
Is there deep lore? Is there a strong narrative that we need
There
to
is
follow?
Surprisingly deep lore, I think.
Okay. Fantastic.
I'm loath to say anything because I don't want to spoil anything, but like it goes places at certain points.
Oh man, that sounds really great. I will check it out. Absolutely.
It's very good. I cannot recommend it highly enough.
What's my game of the week? I know what my game of the week is. We need to talk about Demon Souls.
Do we?
It's finally happened.
I'd say 10 hours in now.
Oh,
I have gotten further than I ever thought I ever would in this game.
Are you having fun or is a gun to your head?
I hate this game with all of my heart.
I feel like that is the Demon Souls reaction, to be fair.
That's the intended dev experience.
Miles, I have tried and tried. I just cannot. I just don't care for what happens next.
Where have you got to? Where are you at?
Oh, fuck me. I've got to a bit with a large monster.
That's not that helpful. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of large monsters in the game.
Yeah, that so rarely happens in Demon Souls. You encounter a large monster.
Few monsters.
You know me. I'm not a Souls player. Demon Souls popped up on Premium. I was like, I'm just going to try it. It's there in front of me. It looks astonishing. I think it's a beautiful game. But it hates me. It doesn't want me to play it. It knows that I currently can't afford Sonic Origins, and so it's punishing me for it. And at this point,
it is Blue Point that did the remake of this. This is the PS5 remake.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the one you talk about, it is gorgeous, like jaw-droppingly gorgeous.
It is stunning.
It looks amazing. I love walking around. I love just staring out, going, "Wow, this is really pretty."
Until you get shot.
Yeah, I've tried. I think 12 hours is a valiant effort.
I mean, I'm impressed. I will be honest with you. I'm really impressed that you stuck it out that far, because Demon Souls is like the least accessible, the least friendly, the least kind of all of them. And it even pissed me off because, like, you don't even get bonfires or checkpoints before an actual boss. You have to traipse all the way through the level again to get back to it. And that always pissed me off. So well done to you, mate. Well done.
I found a message on the floor going, "Why are you bothering?"
There's a lot of those.
And that was that was a lesson to me. And then 2 p.m. clocked around. The new daily challenges started on Fortnite, so I played that instead.
And you had a much better time.
I had a great time.
Good.
I had a great time stealing saplings off people's trees. It was just beautiful. Just a safer world. So I tried, but I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I'm sorry, I failed. But God damn it, I gave it a valiant effort.
I think it will draw you back at some point. At some point, you're going to be drawn back in, and you'll do 15 hours, and you'll be like, "All right, I'm going to stop here." But maybe on my 7th or 8th attempt at this game,
it's not even one of those things where, like, you know, when you play a game and you get stuck at a bit, and you're stuck, and you're stuck, and you're stuck, and then like the next day you try it again and do it first time. I'm not stuck. I haven't got the will. There's so much mental arithmetic going on in my head every time I play that game. And it's exhausting. It is. I'm not.
That is how I would
games.
describe every Soulsborne experience that I've had. Just exhausting because I'm constantly on edge.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm doing all right now. I'm doing all right now. I've got some solid weapons. I've got some decent armor. Doesn't matter, does it? Game doesn't care.
No,
Game doesn't care that you're improving. What am I getting out of this? What am I trying to prove? You know. And so it's over. But I had a very interesting time, and I'm very proud of myself for getting that far. in a game that all the Sourceborne people on the podcast told me, don't start with that one. But damn it, I did. And there we are.
Hopefully, the one silver lining of this is if this is the one that you started with, when you move on to a Dark Souls 3 or a Bloodborne or an Elden Ring, you'll find it so much more forgiving and friendly.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, I could sell through Bloodborne now, I reckon.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Just give me that
Bloodborne's
60 frame
piece of
update.
piss in comparison. Easy.
Oh, mate, just give me that 60 framed update and I'm there.
The dream.
Just come on, get on with it, From Software, for God's sake. That's all we want. I want to do a very, very quick shout to our friend Toby, who's currently laid up in the hospital. Hope you get well soon, man. I know you're going to listen to this. We miss you very much, and we hope that you're okay and you get out very, very soon. You get to see Elliot and your lovely wife very, very soon. So big hugs from everyone at Finger Guns, and get well soon, bud. And Ethan Lawrence, there you go. How about that? That's pretty awesome. Right then, 3 weeks in the waiting for this quiz, after being tortured with celebrity things last week and the week before and the week before.
So in Stranger Things, celebrity things.
It is
It
time.
was quite the trilogy.
Hey, listen, the finale is all Tom. All Tom.
True. I like the finale. The finale was great. That was my favorite one. Because I won the quiz. That's why.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was a massive diss.
It wasn't a massive diss. It was because I won and didn't lose miserably like the first time.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh, God.
Right.
Quiz time with Kat.
So this is our very first, but never the last, and I don't think it will be the last.
I hope it's not.
Hurdle music game quiz. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and play 5 seconds of a music song. Now it might be the soundtrack.
A music song.
A music song.
A music
Right.
song?
As opposed to a literature song.
A song of music?
Yeah, a song of music, of the musical variety, but not the same.
Song of Music
variety.
sounds like a sequel to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. It'll probably be just as confusing as
Or
well.
like a really shit Sound of Music sequel or prequel. So essentially I've got 10 songs of various different music.
Music. I knew you were going to say that.
This is going swell so
I
far.
was like, what the fuck? Anywho, so it could be the soundtrack or it could be from the actual game. It might even be the title, like screen theme. It's just going to be part of the game, okay? I'm going to try and play 5 seconds. If nobody gets it, I'm going to play 5 more seconds, and hopefully that's... Now, we can only play 30 seconds before we get off for copyright, so you're going to have to get it in 6 goes, okay? Not playing
You
anymore,
said we're
man.
going to have to get it in 6 goes. I reckon if we haven't got it in 6 goes, then we're never going to get it.
I was going to say, even by
Song
3,
in
I'd probably
30
say,
seconds.
it's probably past us.
Yeah, if you haven't got the song in 30 seconds, then cut it.
We don't know it. We don't
know it.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Obviously, fastest finger first is going to count. If you don't have a buzzer, feel free to squawk. Rossko, do you have a buzzer?
You know I do.
Is it?
Amy. There it is.
Amy.
Miles, do you have a buzzer?
Chris.
Brilliant. Just a buzzer saying someone else's name. That's not confusing at all. And Ethan, do you have a buzzer?
Right, I'm going to see if this works because last time we had many technical issues. So let's see.
Yes, I
Nice.
can. Yes, fabulous. Okay, I'm going to try and, I don't know whether to put my headphones in for my phone and then put the headphone next to the microphone so that I can hear whoever's buzzing first. Shall we try that?
Sure.
Whatever way you think will work best.
Ross is like, brilliant, now you've given me editing to do. Fuck
Oh
you,
no,
Kurt.
Ross is getting his Sonic ready. He's
Don't
getting
worry,
into proper
there's
beast
not a
mode
Sonic. Right.
He's got to go fast.
But I'm going to play a random song. Can you hear this? Can you hear that? Or is it better just to play it out loud?
now. It's very quiet.
Yeah, play it out loud through your
Right.
mic.
Oh, okay, right. What about now? Can you hear that?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's great.
Shh, not 30 seconds. Right, anyway.
Tune.
Right, are
And
we
again, down there,
ready?
like just won the ladder.
Meow, meow. Anywho. Right, are you
Yeah,
ready?
I'm ready.
As ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, this is going to be I've got to pay a lot of attention here because I'm going to have to play the song, look at the timestamp, and then check who's bloody buzzed.
Well,
Right.
we'll try and be honest. How about that?
Okay, yeah, try and be honest. Okay,
I'll
try really hard. Okay, right. 3, 2, 1. That's the first 5 seconds.
Is
Amy.
Ross.
it Banjo-Kazooie?
It's not. No.
Oh,
If you'd
okay.
have got that, I swear to God. What in the world?
It sounds like Banjo.
Anyone else want to buzz, or do you want me to play the next 5 seconds?
Can I hear a bit
I'm
more?
going to need the next 5 seconds. I've not got the first clue.
Okay.
Am I out now?
No.
Okay.
Bloody guessed.
Well,
I'm kidding. It's fine.
how would Sean do this? No, I'll let you have a go per go.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Ready? That's
It's
the
just
next
more of the
5
same, really, wasn't
seconds.
it?
It was just more of the same. Would you like to hear the song from the beginning in the first 10 seconds? Is that how Hurdle do it? They do, don't they?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Right, I'll play you the first 10 seconds because now we're on round 2. Hang on.
There's someone who's going to be listening to this thinking, oh my God, it's this. Come on.
I mean, I'm pretty shocked. I thought this was going to be like a... like...
I'm buzzing and no one's responding to me.
Oh, sorry, then I didn't hear it. Ethan.
Is that anything?
Yeah, that was something.
Do you know what? I'm just going to shout, to be honest with you. It's probably a lot easier.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
Getting this to
squawk.
work.
Squawk.
Is it Mickey's Wild Adventure for the PlayStation 1?
Do you know what? No, but you're kind of... No.
Amy.
No, but that is a good guess. Ross.
Amy.
Is it Mickey Mouse and the Castle of Illusion?
No, it's not. I think it is inspired by that, though. It sounds a lot similar to the Mickey Mouse game, so I'll give you,
Chris.
a high 5 point. Miles.
Is it Cuphead?
No.
No.
Okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna play the first 15 seconds now, and then this is a free strike rule, and then you're out, okay?
Miles
that's
sort
fair.
of laughed at me when I said Mickey's Wild Adventure, and I would like to know why.
Who did? Roscoe?
No, Miles.
Oh,
I did.
Miles.
I think just a Mickey game, just because I would have had no clue. And the fact that you said it was on PS1, I was like, fuck, that's some knowledge. So it wasn't at you. It was
I
like,
only know that because it's a game I owned. It's not. It's not some kind of deep. I haven't got the PS1
Deep.
library.
I was
memorized.
like, how is it
Deep
PS1
nucleus
games for
memory
this?
of the PlayStation.
Oh, he comes on the pod and he shows us up with PS1 knowledge. Come on.
I just owned one as a Ute. I'm sorry.
Oh
Fair
God, he's got Scully on speed dial.
Got all the encyclopedias
Chris!
ready. Like.
Right. Ross, you absolutely sure we can play more than 10?
Yep,
Cool.
you're good.
I'm going to play the first 15 seconds.
It's not like the quality is that high. They probably won't even notice anyway. To be fair.
That's true. Are we ready? Are we ready? First 15 seconds, last final try. From the beginning.
It's that bit.
I don't have a fucking clue what this is.
Ross, you're gonna kick yourself.
I know. It sounds like exactly from my era as well. Fuck it.
Ross.
Medieval.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a great shout.
Anybody else want a final guess before we give away the answer?
Sounded like Jonathan.
Buzz.
Ethan.
Aladdin on the SNES. I don't know.
No, it's not. I'm not laughing because like that's a silly answer. I'm laughing because you're like following it up with the platform, and I'm like, all right.
I'm just going on the Disney hype because you said that Mickey Mouse was on the right direction. So I'm like, well, what other Disney properties
I think it's like inspired by, but not Disney directed. Sorry, mate. Miles, do you want to have another go?
Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, it's Luigi's Mansion.
Fuck off! Are you joking?
What?
You've never even played Luigi's Mansion. And do you know what? For anybody, and Ross isn't going to be able to put a video up, but he spun around in his chair and in complete exacerbation and went, Luigi's Mansion.
And then the best thing about it is that immediately after that, again, because we don't have the video, is that he immediately performed a standing backflip in celebration, which is
totally accurate, 100%.
And then what
with
you're
his
not
headphones
seeing is
on, which is very
crying.
impressive.
And we're all weeping. And it's
I mean, I don't want to brag, but
and weirdly, a confetti cannon has gone off. It's so strange. No
Where
one
did that come
has
from?
one.
there's actually a cannon behind me. You just can't see it.
Oh man, I got to clear that up now, Ethan. Jesus
I
Christ.
know, well done.
Damn it.
well, you know, maybe you clearly installed it hoping you'd win. So I don't know why you.
Right, well done, guys. Well done, Miles.
Oh,
Thanks.
Are we
fuck
ready
you,
for the
Miles.
next one?
That's bullshit.
I mean, I can't even take it. It was just a complete fluke.
Right, ready for the next
Can
one.
Ethan and do live together, by the way? I just want to put that out there.
Can Ethan do? Do we?
Can't even do
Wait,
it.
and Miles. Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Fucking roomies! You never told me. Don't.
Well, you know, that secret room that you're not allowed into.
No way, is that where you
No.
live?
I'm behind the forbidden door. If you'll forgive the wrestling parlance.
Oh, what are those noises in the middle of the night?
Screaming, just me screaming.
Just basic screaming.
Just,
Nothing to be
you know,
concerned about.
for the horrors, you know.
Oh,
you know the
okay,
horrors
yeah.
that come at
Yeah,
night. That's
yeah,
The
yeah.
horrors.
The
No
bed,
defined
the bed
horror,
bugs.
the
Yeah, no,
horrors.
I know. Oh, anyway.
Oh, man,
Question
I've got
2.
adrenaline going now.
Yeah. Right, question 2. First 5 seconds.
Buzz.
Ethan.
Age of Empires?
Oh, no.
Chris.
Miles.
Oblivion.
Yes. Hold on.
Miles is cleaning up. This is
This is sick.
this is already turning into a hosing.
Not sure how I feel about this.
Right, question 3. Are we ready?
Eddie.
Ooh.
Oh. Me.
Oh, Miles.
Batman, Arkham City.
Fuck off. That's crazy. All right, well, he gets Luigi's Mansion one time, and now it's like pow, pow, pow in it.
Those last two, because you can tell with the difference on his face, this is a man who has played those
This
games.
is a man.
He knows. Instead of
Right.
backflips and exasperation.
This is no
just
fluke now,
A very
this is
confident
me.
nod.
I am now in my element.
All right, I'm ready. Question 4.
I couldn't hear that one very well.
Want me to play it again?
I think it might be a bit high frequency wise.
Okay, let me see if I can.
Oh, I think just keep it like a little bit space from your mic.
Yeah.
I think it might have been just a bit too close.
Did you get that sound wise?
A little bit.
A little bit, but not well.
Okay. If not, then skip that one for now, and I'll find another one after. Let's do a
Okay.
different one. Different one.
Oh, I was
Ready?
going to say, could you sing it for us?
Yeah, I could, but that would probably be worse.
I
I still think you should try.
No.
I agree with the
firmly believe
sentiment.
you
Okay.
should try.
Okay, right. I'm gonna do it. Okay. Do.
Can you sing the next 10 seconds?
Wait, I might have to play the next 10 seconds.
Oh,
I feel like
God.
this is a hazing. Right?
I'm
I'm getting
my fire.
flashbacks.
Well, the
Right,
problem
I'm
is myself and Roscoe are feeling very hard done by at the minute.
Right, I'm gonna try and play the first 10 seconds.
I have absolutely no idea.
Nope.
No, but can you hear that? Okay.
Yeah, it was better.
Yeah.
Ish.
It's just we don't recognise it.
Are we on 15 seconds?
I guess we're going to need to be.
Yeah, at this point, I think it's necessary.
Amy.
Ross.
I'm just going to throw one out there. Ori in the Blind Forest.
No,
Oh, that's a good guess,
I'm
though.
afraid not.
Buzz.
Ethan.
Near Automata.
Oh, good guess, but no.
Not a chance, sir. I would have got that straight away.
All right.
Okay, so the answer was Tomb Raider. It's the main menu theme for Tomb Raider when you go around the little circle thing.
Is it OG Tomb Raider?
Huh?
Is it OG Tomb Raider?
Yeah, OG Tomb Raider.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough.
At PS1.
Sorry, Kat. I feel like we've let you down. Not
That
getting
you
there.
have
that
let me
was-
down.
that
That's
was a
what did you not see my
disappointment.
face when I was like, do. Anywho, question 5.
Amy.
Ross.
Donkey Kong.
No.
Oh,
No. Do we need it again?
Hmm.
it's a banger, whatever it is.
It's
I like
banger.
it. I like it a lot.
Chris.
Ethan. No.
Miles.
No.
This is very confusing. Right. Miles.
Is it Uncharted?
Which one?
Ooh.
That's a clue. That's a clue.
5, 4, 3, 2.
1.
Is he finishing the
Are you
countdown,
mocking
or is
me,
that
or
the?
are you-
No, I'm saying Uncharted
Oh.
1.
It is not.
That's
That's very unfair.
Ethan.
Uncharted 2. Uncharted
Yes,
2
sir.
Among Thieves, I believe, was the subtitle.
Yes, it
For the
is. Well
PlayStation
done.
3. Now available in the Uncharted Legacy Collection on the PlayStation 4 and 5.
As you can see, Ethan has recently done a stint with Naughty Dog. Yes, it's Nate's theme from Uncharted 2.
It's Nate's
Lawrence
scene from Uncharted 2, Miles, you clown.
God,
How could I get it wrong?
Uncharted 1. What is this? Amateur
Amateur
listen to
quiz.
the music and try and guess what the song is, Dave.
Oh,
At least I
funny.
didn't say Donkey Kong. Sorry, sorry.
Wow.
That was hurtful. I'm sorry.
Wow,
Oh,
that
I'm
was
sorry. I was
shock.
feeling attacked. I defended myself.
That
I'm
was
sorry.
some shock.
by attacking me, I was nothing to do with that.
In
yeah, I'm
fairness,
sorry,
I was
that
the one
was-
attacking you. You just took it out on Roscoe.
I didn't have anything else. I had nothing else I could come back with.
And this, kids, is how cyclical bullying can be. It's
Okay, are we ready?
I hope we've all learnt a very important lesson this evening. Bad Miles.
Miles is getting salty in the quiz.
I can
Okay.
give all your codes to Greg. I don't give a fuck.
oh,
Are we ready for question 7? Miles,
Yes.
any more harsh words, I'm going to ban you. We do not tolerate bullying.
I'll be on my good behavior. I promise.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, I was bullied first.
by who?
No, I didn't hear anything. I don't remember that.
Oh man.
I need
Right,
to get one. This is outrageous.
ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
That's some hype song.
Amy.
Ross.
Wipeout.
No.
Fuck.
Buzz.
Ethan?
Is that Metal Gear Solid 1.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Afraid not.
Thought it might be in a boss theme.
Good shout.
Oh,
though.
yeah, good shout though. Miles?
I don't actually know yet.
Okay. First 10 seconds coming up now.
Okay.
Oh,
Chris.
that's me. It's me.
Chris.
Oh, fucking
Oh,
all
I-
right, Miles.
It's Cuphead.
There's Cuphead, you're right.
As soon as the squealing horns came in, it couldn't have been anything else, could it?
There was no other option then.
When you said Cuphead earlier, I was like, this fucker has tried to like log onto my Spotify. Because I've actually like privated it and everything so no one could look it up. Not that anyone would, but you never know. So
I mean, to be fair, I didn't know you were going to be conducting the quiz today, so it would have been.
there you go.
It would have been a good guess by you to look it up in advance.
I've been all across Roscoe's Spotify. I was like, I know what's happening. I know what's coming.
I know what's going on here.
Just want to say
I've
the
listened
boys,
to his 90s pop mega mix.
Oh hell yeah! The Boys Own Westlife Best Stuff playlist isn't mine. Okay, I just want to say that.
Oh, that's not true.
You know a playlist is good when Cotton Eye Joe by Rednecks is on there 5 times.
Absolute banger.
In a row.
Yeah.
And 1,000 miles.
On a loop.
It's really the only way I can climax.
Yeah.
Carry on, Kat.
I was going to say how you get through a day, but fair enough.
Jesus
That's fine.
Christ.
This apparently is the pod this is now.
Both work.
This is what my quiz has been resorted to: bullying and sexual misconduct. Brilliant.
I really sort of feel like I'm at a Finger Guns board meeting and that I shouldn't be.
What have I walked in on here?
Funny.
Like, why am I here? Why am I here about the internal politics?
Why are we here? Just to suffer.
We brought in Ethan Lawrence to monitor the meeting.
I'm a mediator of sorts.
He said he had nothing to do today, so here he is.
I've been taking meticulous minutes.
Okay, that was question 6. I think I originally said it was 7, but this is number 7. Are we ready?
Okay.
Oh,
Chris.
Miles.
A Plague Tale.
It is. You're right.
I wouldn't have got that because I haven't played it. I've been told I should. Is this
Great
true?
game.
It's a
You
very good
absolutely
game.
should play it before the second one comes out in October.
Okay, I will.
Great game. Great game. You
I've got,
stick with it though, because it gets it's a bit slow at first. The kids just want to punch in the face. But
I've got something in my head. I think I saw it on the new PS Plus collection. It might be there.
it might be actually.
I'll have a dig. If
Yeah.
not, I may as well just get it anyway because it sounds like
Yeah, it is really,
Very,
really good.
very
Stick
good.
with it though. Okay, question 8. Are you ready? That was very lovely, wasn't it?
I couldn't
I'm
really
sorry.
hear it.
Oh,
Sounds like the opening of Will Smith's Men in Black.
let me play it again if Ethan couldn't hear it.
Chris.
Come on, Miles, people are gonna want to hate you.
They already do. It's fine. I'm used to it.
Yep.
It's Dragon Age Inquisition.
It is not, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Anyone else want to give a go before we get to 10 seconds?
Buzz, it's not this, but Dark Souls 1.
It's not that, I'm afraid.
I did say it wasn't.
You
all heard
did,
me.
you did. In fairness to you, you did say it was.
Best caveat ever. This is wrong, but
This is wrong.
But I'm going to guess
But
anyway.
if it's right, I didn't say the first bit. Ross,
What?
any guess? Or do you want to go to 10?
I've never seen a man more checked out in my entire life.
It's like, fuck this quiz. Do you know what's worse? Is that Ross was the most excited for this quiz. And now he's like, do you know what? Fuck this quiz. Fucking
Without
celebrities,
noticing,
okay.
Ross has put on a smoking jacket and is now just sort of lounging back with a large whiskey.
Shout out
Just
to
swirling it.
shout out to Iceland, by the way, for the 3-liter Pepsi Max bottles.
I was going to
Loving
big
that.
you up for that. That was fair
Loving
play.
that. It sounds like a game that takes itself very seriously. South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
No, you douche.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
10 seconds. You might get it after this.
Ooh. Lovely violins.
Yes.
Ethan, I don't know your catalogue, but I think Ross and Miles have definitely played this.
Yeah.
Amy.
Ross.
It sounds familiar, but I don't think this is what it is.
Say it.
All right.
I'll say it. I'm
God.
just screaming these vibes to you.
Is it The Outer Worlds?
Oh no, I wasn't screaming loud enough. Anyone else?
Is it The Outer Wilds? Is it The Outer something?
Is it The Outer anything? Ethan, Miles, want to have a go before we go to our final? Miles?
Assassin's Creed 4?
No. Think very indie, no script.
No script.
No script, very indie, about 5 hours long.
Buzz.
Ethan.
Return of the Obra Dinn.
Oh, no.
It's a lovely guess, though.
Amy.
Ross?
What remains of Edith Finch?
No.
Ah!
Right, we'll go to 15 seconds. I will then tell you the color palette of the game. And
Also, I just want to point out that was Ross's second guess in this section, so he should be disqualified.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was for a spiritual point.
Mm.
Fair enough,
Well, we
fair
can all
enough,
go
fair
for
enough.
spiritual points, can't we? What does that mean?
Thank
That's
you.
nothing.
Thank you, adjudicator.
Ethan is
Ethan.
bringing the competitive
There
spirit.
we
I love
go.
it.
Well, I'm
Right.
angry now because Miles is hoovering up all the points and Roscoe's cheating. So, like,
Can I go to HR, please? Can we have an HR meeting?
Dawn!
Dawn, get your raggedy ass down here.
Dawn! That guy from Afterlife is bullying me.
Well, what do you expect? Have you seen the show?
Yes, it
Very
really
good
promotes
point.
bullying and violence, doesn't it? Afterlife.
Yep.
Right, final 15 seconds. I'll give you the color palette and maybe a game that's similar to, and then we will.
See, we've just resorted to clues now because we're all stuck. Am I going to be pissed off when you tell me the answer?
I don't know. So, anybody want to take a guess, or would we like to know the color palette first?
Colour palette, please.
Yellow. Everything's fucking yellow. Everything is yellow or orange or golden.
Amy.
Ross.
What was that, Ross?
No, I was coughing.
The disdain.
I was halfway trying to like speak through my cough. I didn't want to cough on air. Ross?
Oh, it's fucking Firewatch, isn't it?
No.
You said everything was yellow.
Everything is yellow, but it's a different game.
You said it was everything yellow and it was an indie game.
Yeah.
I've not played a yellow indie game with no script, so I'm just going to recuse myself from this. I've got
course.
no idea.
Okay, Miles.
Firewatch does have a script, to be fair.
I also have no idea. I recognize it, but I
Okay.
don't know what it is.
Amy.
For a
Spiritual
spiritual
point.
point, Ross.
Journey.
It is Johnny.
Oh, of course
Hold on.
it is.
You get no points though, just a
No,
spiritual
I
one.
know, I'm aware. It's fine.
Okay,
I just wanted to get
question
something
9.
right.
Just
And the
a point.
spiritual points are non-transferable. I cannot stress that enough.
It's an in-game currency that you can't exchange.
You can, yeah, you can.
Oh,
They're worth
God.
nothing. It's like those shit raffle tickets at bowling alleys, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you have to get 1,000 before you get a keyring. So number 9. Ready, set, go.
I can't hear it. Ah.
Okay, I was a bit more kinder on that one because it doesn't actually properly kick in until like 4 seconds, and I thought that was really harsh.
Oh, no wonder we couldn't hear anything now.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, God.
Yeah. Any guesses?
Buzz.
Ethan.
Is it We Play?
No, but that'd have been fucking sick. That is a future one.
I love that.
Ross, Miles.
Someone's very staticky right now.
Yeah, I've got static coming through. Oh no.
Oh, there we go. It's done. Yeah, it could just be Cat with the volumes.
Could be.
That's fine. Sounds really jolly and fun.
It is very jolly, isn't it?
Amy.
Ross.
Bloodborne.
Not jolly.
I think
or
that's
fun.
my favourite guess of the whole day. It's very lovely and jolly at Bloodborne. The Bloodstar Beast fighting you to that. I love it.
Oh. Miles.
Is that not right? Is that not right?
Do you know what, Ross? So close. So close. Yeah, so
motherfucker.
close. So fucking close.
Can I just say 2 Point Campus? No, 2 Point Hospital.
Well, you can say 2 Point Campus and 2 Point Hospital, but they are both wrong.
I figured, but
I
I
would
just
be
2
thought-
Point
really
Campus.
fucking impressed if it was 2 Point Campus.
Yeah. Very impressive for a theme song for a game that's not out for 2 months.
Looking forward to it though. I enjoyed 2
Yeah,
Point
can't
Hospital,
wait.
so-
Really
Yeah,
good.
me too. I can't
That'd
wait.
be great.
Right. Shall we do another 15 seconds?
One.
Go on then. Okay, we're done.
It sounds really familiar.
It sounded like there was some marimba in the background. So therefore, Buzz,
Ethan.
ukulele.
Oh no! But that
good
would have been a
shout.
shout. That would have been really, really good shout.
Gutted.
Great answer.
Chris.
Miles.
The Lion King.
No.
Oh,
Ross.
God, Margie suck. Why the hell would it be the Lion King?
All right, chill out.
Well, it's bloody obviously not the Lion King, is it? That's not.
Oh
from the
yeah, because it was
soundtrack.
Bloodborne for sure.
Oh, Ethan, please come back on again.
Spit
What have I
taking
done
cat.
with this quiz? This quiz has turned
I
everyone
love
into
this.
murderers.
I absolutely love this.
I may have had a wine.
He's feeling sassy.
I'm deep in my cups and I'm furious.
Ross.
I've lost my soundboard.
If you get this now, I'm going to be so cross.
The wine's going to be flicked.
Wii Sports Resort.
Can you imagine? Like, I just said no to Ethan's We Play.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, Ethan.
Oh,
It's
God.
not. It was The Secret of Monkey Island.
Sean is pissed.
Sean
Sean
I
is going to
was
be
gonna say, I was
absolutely
like-
livid.
I'm going to
Yours.
get fired
Yeah.
Right.
again.
Right, last one, guys. You've done all very, very well.
Apart from Ross, who hasn't got a single one.
Yep.
Continue.
Go, carry on.
You've got one.
More than zero, isn't it?
Damn.
Sorry. That's not fair. You got a spiritual one.
That's true. You got a spiritual one.
You're damn right. After
Not
You're
exchangeable.
damn right.
after
Are
15
we
seconds and
ready?
5 clues.
And to be fair, Miles is a nerd. So
Yeah,
That
my
is
big
very
fat
fair.
that's the
smelly
worst
nerd.
thing to be.
That is
R-
very fair.
RTS, piece of shit.
Yeah, that is fair.
Right, are we ready? Go.
Can't hear it.
I can't hear it either.
Okay, wait.
Oh, there it is.
I'm going to play it again.
Mm.
Buzz.
Yeah. Ethan.
Kingdoms of
Yes.
Amalur.
No, but that's a really good guess. Right lines-ish.
It's a Western fantasy RPG, boys. It's in your hands.
Mm.
Amy.
Ross. Sonic the Hedgehog. Is it Fortnite?
Is it The Witcher?
Oh no, it's not.
Is it The Witcher
Again,
3?
same lines. Okay,
Is it The Witcher
guys
2?
got the right. No,
Is it The Witcher 3?
no, and it's not The Witcher 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8.
Is it The Witcher TV series?
No, Or the
It's based on the
Funko
books.
dolls.
2077.
Yeah. Is it Demon Souls?
Bloodborne 1, Bloodborne 2, Bloodborne 3. What?
I don't know.
Okay, so I'll give you a hint. I think Ethan said it earlier. And I'm going to play it again. I'm going to leave you with that. And it was either Miles or Ethan, but I think Ethan, you said it earlier. And I thought, motherfuckers have been in my playlist. Anyway, ready? I'm going to play it again.
It sounds so familiar. It's just not landing.
Chris.
Miles,
Is it Dragon Age Inquisition?
it is.
Yeah.
Miles said that. I didn't.
Oh, did he? Oh. Which one did you say? What did you say?
I've said Dark Souls. I've said Age of Empires. I've said.
Oh, it might have been Age of Empires. I thought. Yeah.
To be fair, that's a good game.
Mm.
I've been looking into getting the re-reckoning, wherever it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's on.
Having a bang on that.
Mm. Well done, guys. Ross, you had 1 spiritual point. Ethan, you had a real life point. And Miles, you had 6 real life points.
I'm so pleased I've actually finally done well at one of these quizzes properly. At last.
Meaning that there were 3 points still left on the table, which is very poor.
Well done, guys. Ross, do you want another hurdle quiz? Now that you're so excited for this one? No?
Sure, why not?
Maybe 1 month.
That was the sharpest eyebrow I've ever seen in my entire life. That eyebrow, you could cut your hand on that eyebrow.
Razor thin.
Well done, Kat. That was awesome.
Yes, thank you, Kat.
That was cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And well done, Miles. You fucking nerd.
Thank you, mate. Love you.
Dork.
Love you. Love you. Right then, let's get into the news. And let's talk about Nintendo, shall we? Nintendo, we don't talk about Nintendo enough on this podcast, I don't think. People say, hey, why are you talking about Nintendo? Well, Nintendo normally have nothing to talk about. But this week, they've had their partner showcase direct, showcasing a bunch of things that people want to play. Kind of, maybe, not really. And also, they've been in the news saying that they can't realistically create sequels to every series fan request. Now, this is quite interesting because I want to get into this a little bit. So I'm going to read from VGC, of course. The mighty Andy Robinson writes, Nintendo president has said it's difficult for the company to create new titles in all of its most highly regarded game series. The Japanese company has one of the richest IP libraries in the game industry, which includes the likes of Super Mario, The Legend of Zelda, Animal Crossing, and Mario Kart. However, during its annual general meeting on Tuesday, in a segment that VGC first covered earlier this week, but which has now been transcribed and published, Shintaro Furukawa was asked by a shareholder if it would consider making new titles or remakes in its many dormant series, such as Wario Land or F-Zero. The company president replied that they could not realistically create sequels to every series fans wants to see. It is realistically difficult to develop new titles and remakes, including sequels, for every Nintendo game that people request. But we are very grateful and appreciate the expectations our fans have for our games. We are always considering how to develop new titles or remakes that can be enjoyed by many players. Now, this is interesting to me purely because they've been very, very quiet. And what's going on?
What do you mean?
What?
What's going on?
What do you mean? What's going on?
Nothing.
I don't
You just said that Nintendo felt like they couldn't make many sequels that everyone desired.
Let it state for the record for audio listeners that I just turned back to the Zoom and everyone was dancing in unison.
I can absolutely unequivocally promise on behalf of myself and the board that we were absolutely not having a dance party while you were reading all of that.
But
I
damn
may
it,
have
he's such a
shoved
good actor.
2 pens up my nose to pretend to be a walrus. That
was fun.
Yeah.
And confirmed that did occur.
So you were listening to everything I was saying then?
I actually was.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I'm coming to you now. This is your bit now.
Also, I did the preparatory reading, so I feel comfortable.
Sure. Okay, Ethan, I'll start with you.
Nice.
How do you feel about Nintendo these days? Are they? Do you have a Switch? Are you excited for their future?
I am beswitchened.
Are you
I have one
for what's to come and where Nintendo currently are in the gaming stratosphere?
I mean, I'll be completely honest with you. I don't own or have played very many Nintendo first-party games on the Switch. I've played. Let me think now. I've played Mario Odyssey. and the Pokemon. I guess that's sort of. I mean, I know it's not like a Nintendo brand per se, but it's Nintendo exclusive, so it may as well be. I struggle with sort of business comments like this because I get what they're saying. Like, they do have a lot of intellectual property, and like to create remakes and sequels and ground ups or whatever way they want to create for all of them is, I mean, it would saturate the market for one. Especially in in these unprecedented times, people aren't going to have as much disposable income to fling at multiple new IPs, or new releases of old IPs, I should say. So I get it, but by the same token, like just in the last couple of months, we've had Mario Golf and Mario Football and an update to Mario Kart, and I'm sort of thinking, it's not so much that you're not going to make remakes and sequels to old IPs, it's that you're going to make remakes, sequels, and spin-offs to one IP, which is Mario, which is fair because they sell. It's business. Like, I'm not going to criticize them for not understanding their audience. And like, I think it's worthwhile, especially when, considering this is a video game podcast, it is worthwhile pointing out that, a lot of people are not going to be as laser focused on the industry as we are. But I don't know, there is something I think perhaps a touch just disingenuous when they suggest that there's no time/money for creating new versions of old IP when, as I say, we've literally had 2 sporting Mario spin-offs in this calendar year alone.
Yeah. I'm not sure I believe it, to be honest with you.
I think you're right to be skeptical. I mean, it's very business talky, I think.
I don't think people are clamoring for a sequel to Mario Strikers in the same way that people have been clamoring for a new F-Zero, for example. Or
even like a new Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
I mean, F-Zero hasn't had an update for a while, but we had Metroid Dread the other. Was it last year? Metroid Dread? I've completely lost track of time.
God, who knows anymore?
But Prime's been sat there for ages, like not doing anything. And
yeah.
I don't know. I'm with you in that I'm skeptical. I am skeptical.
I mean, Prime 4 was announced, wasn't it, in 2017?
I mean, my God. I mean,
that
was 3 years before the pandemic. I mean, I can't.
Yeah. Switch
might
is
as well
nearly
be another world at this point.
Switch has nearly gone an entire generation announcing that game, and we've seen nothing about it.
Diddly bump.
Yeah, it did jump studios. It did go to Retro Studios in the end. After Nintendo were not satisfied with how it was going elsewhere. So it just probably has a hefty delay in that regard. But yeah, and the Metroid Prime trilogy, that's something fans believe is real, but is yet to be confirmed.
I think this isn't unique to Nintendo fans, but I think they do seem to be somewhat susceptible to being drawn into a hype which has no basis at all.
Oh, most definitely. Every Nintendo Direct, it's it's going to be Breath of the Wild 2, going to be announced, it's going to be release dates, it's going to be Bayonetta 3, Mario Odyssey 2, Mario Kart 10. They're going. They always want the AAA stuff immediately, and there hasn't been a single Nintendo Direct this year that is primarily focused on first-party games.
And to be honest with you, I get that, because for me at least, like I said, I don't have many like first-party Nintendo properties on my Switch. I use it for indies.
Yeah.
Because I can play indie games then on the go. I can do it in various places in my house where I don't normally play games. Like, it's a thing for me. Like, probably the most hours I put in on the Switch is for Binding of Isaac.
Right.
Which is, it's because like I don't have to be tied to a console or a PC to do it. I can just play Binding of Isaac wherever I fancy.
Is there a AAA Nintendo game that you're looking forward to, or something that you'd like to see come out?
I mean, I mentioned Pokemon earlier. I'm a big Pokemon fan. You're not going to find me not excited for Scarlet and Violet. So I'll be looking forward to that. But outside of that, not really, no. Maybe that makes me a bad person.
No, I think that's Nintendo. I think that's the fault of Nintendo. I think that's what they've done.
Insofar as it's a fault, because like I say, I don't use the Switch for Nintendo games really. So I don't know if I'm the target market for this anyway.
I mean, we know that Bayonetta 3 is coming. We know that Breath of the Wild 2 is coming, but no dates.
I do like
Nothing
Bayonetta.
on them.
I do like Bayonetta.
Yeah, Bayonetta's cracking. It's very exciting. There's a new one coming out, but again, no date, no idea when it's coming.
It was so weird when Bayonetta 2 was like a Wii U exclusive. That was like the oddest thing. I remember that happening and just being like, Yeah, that doesn't really seem like a natural home for it, but sure.
The Wii U needed something, I think, at that point, and I think Nintendo threw a bit of money at that. Kat, you're probably of all of us the person that plays the first party Nintendo stuff the most, or like Pokemon and things like that. How do you feel about the Switch at the moment? Are you looking forward to any of its future outputs?
It sits on its dock next to my TV. That's kind of like Ethan. I play it for Pokemon and I play it for indies. Most of my reviews are like, if they're not PlayStation, then a Switch, because it's a cool indie that's coming out on Switch, or it's exclusive to Switch, or it's just Switch and PC. I think you kind of put the nail on the head earlier, Ross. Like, this is a fault of Nintendo. It's such a weird statement to make when all they've done essentially is marketed their shows around the sequels and remakes and the hype of first party exclusives like Breath of the Wild, like Mario, like that 42 track Mario Kart that's being added to 8. Then you can't suddenly turn around and be like, we don't know if we can make it. Like, we know that, we're not dumb. Like, you're not going to just go back through your back catalogue and start from day one. But also, you've kind of marketed yourselves like that, like by saying, don't worry, you'll see Breath of the Wild 2 in the next show. Like, that's you tailoring your whole show around Breath of the Wild, not any new IPs that you've got. And then you fall into the trap of the audience will eventually say, well, when you're going to bring out a new IP, but you think about the release of the Switch, and the only two things that were like really prominent was Breath of the Wild, which great new IP, but it's attached to Link. So again, it's kind of a sequel in a sense, but it's just a different franchise. It's just not a franchise, sorry. It's not a sequel, but it's part of a very old franchise. It's not really a new IP massively. And Animal Crossing, right? Well, it's the same thing then. Animal Crossing came out ages ago on the Wii, so you can't really be like, we're not going to promise every sequel when that's kind of what you've built your consoles around recently. Now, that's not always been the case. I remember getting a GameCube and it feeling like that wasn't the case. You could play lots of different games and you've never heard of them, and it would be like, that's fine. But I think with the Switch, the only real reason that people are playing the Switch lately is not because of the first party games, but because of what it is. Like Ethan was saying, it's because you can play it in the car, because you can play it on the toilet, because you can play it in bed, wherever you want to play. I don't play my Switch on the toilet, but like, I know people do. And yeah, so I think it's a bit of a weird one. Like, I don't think anyone's turned around and said they have to do it. So that statement kind of feels like they've had a gun to their head and been like, oh, we're not going to make everyone. That's fine, bros. Like, it's okay, dude. But also in the same breath, don't market your whole shows around Breath of the Wild 2 or Bayonetta 3 or Metroid or the next Mario Party. I love the Switch. Well, actually, that's a lie. I love Nintendo first party. I love Mario Party. I love Mario Kart. I love Pokemon. Like, what's not to love about all of those games? I had a Wii. I had a Nintendo GameCube. I have a Switch. But I don't really play my Switch for anything that's not Nintendo first party, because I can get it on the PlayStation with a much bigger screen that I don't have to break my neck for, unless it's like a little indie that is very, very suited to being handheld. So it's a bit of a weird statement, but we know that realistically they're not going to create every series, but is that like a prerequisite to some games where people are like, you better make a sequel to this, and they're blatantly not going to? And it's fine if they don't, but it's a bit weird considering it feels like all the Switch is there for at the moment is to be the next Pokemon, next Mario, next whatever.
I think you bring up an interesting point when you say that, like, this almost feels like a statement that they didn't mean to make. No one had a gun to their head.
Yeah.
Like, it's just sort of a weird thing to say. It's sort of like preemptively
really
defensive.
Yeah. It feels preemptively like, all right, dude. Like, no, I'm fucking saying.
Well, we can't make everything.
Yeah.
All right, we weren't asking.
All right,
Jesus.
we weren't asking for you, but you kind of did it. You kind of made everything anyway. But like, yeah. And that's kind of how it feels. Is that like, we never asked them to do that, but also they're doing it anyway. So it's kind of like, yeah, it does feel a bit preemptively aggressive. Like, oh, okay, bros, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very strange thing, and it's shareholders that are going, you could like dip back into your old IP that you haven't touched. That'd be quite nice.
And I think eventually eventually that's going to be the criticism, is that there are no new IPs. That everywhere's a sequel, and everything's another game of the same thing, and everyone's going to go, hey, remember when we first found Link for the first time? Or hey, remember when we first found Zelda for the first time? Or hey, remember when the first Pokemon came out? Like.
No, they did throw out some new IPs. I mean, obviously Splatoon isn't that old yet. That's doing pretty well. Arms, remember Arms? Remember Arms with the big old boxing thing?
Are we treating that as an IP that has legs? I mean,
it has arms, Miles.
Nice.
Oh, I see. This is the game we're playing.
Yeah, that came out at launch. Unfortunately, it went up against Breath of the Wild, so it crashed and burned. And it's just.
I mean, that to me suggests that they never really had faith in it, right? Like why on earth would you release an original IP up against your biggest IP if you really thought it had a chance of succeeding? I mean, because then you can just write it off on, oh yeah, Breath of the Wild swallowed it, as opposed to it didn't sell. I don't know. Yeah,
it's very difficult to get mad at Nintendo. I mean, they got me through the pandemic big time. I put
it's for
700 plus hours into Animal Crossing.
But I'm sort of thinking to myself, like, I mean, you mentioned their recent IPs, and it's Splatoon, sure, but like, where's the IP for people who just want to go on an adventure?
Yeah, I mean,
and it's stuff that they're good at. I'm not being flippant. Like, with Mario, you've got these incredible adventures. With anything Zelda, you've got these wonderful single player experiences. They haven't made a new one of those in, I mean, I want to say decades.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, but do they need to?
They've got all these other IPs they could be making sequels to.
But that's why this statement feels so weird then. Do you know what I mean? Like, because they haven't brought out something that's really adventurous, that they have so much like design and so much architecture and artistry for, and then they're like, well, we're not going to make everything, and it's like, but that's kind of your thing at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Kirby as well for those 2D adventures. They released that 2D Last of Us thing recently, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, or whatever it was.
Kirby and the Last of Us.
Yeah, I really thought it was. I genuinely thought it was a Switch version of The Last of Us when I saw that for the first time, until Kirby appeared. I was like, okay. It was so strange. I thought, this looks really bleak, but yeah, it's a very weird time to be a Nintendo fan, I think, because you currently just don't really know where you stand at the moment, and the lack of a direct this year is really strange, especially over the E3 time. Very, very odd. Miles, do you want to finish this one off? How are you and Nintendo? You're not the best of friends, are you?
I mean, yeah, I don't really play a lot of Nintendo stuff. I've used the Switch a little bit for reviews recently, but otherwise, none of Nintendo's first-party stuff particularly interests me. Bayonetta was one I absolutely adored on the PS3, platinumed it. I was gutted when Bayonetta 2 was only on Nintendo. I kind of see Nintendo as, I think we've gotten quite used to like Microsoft and Sony's approach to like, here are all the massive big budget games. We're going to cater for every kind of genre. We're going to give you an experience in everything that, consistently year after year. And I kind of feel like Nintendo have been like, we're not interested in that. We don't have the facilities. We're not going to bother with that. We're going to focus on our own thing. And a part of me feels like, I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but the Nintendo community can sometimes be pretty like insatiable. Like they get like a brand new game and that like they want the next one almost immediately, because I feel like the people who play those games absolutely adore them, and those are the kind of games that they exclusively play. Like I feel like a lot of the dedicated Nintendo fans don't really cross-pollinate with other consoles or platforms or whatever. So I think we kind of get the impression that sometimes they really want things when actually it's just more a case of they might not engage with much else, so they're just waiting for the next one. But I think also Nintendo, when they do release something, it is of very good quality. Metroid Dread, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, you look at all these titles, they're very, very good. And so people are always going to want more of them. They're always going to want sequels. And I feel like the statement was more an admission of, we've got to stick to what works for us and makes us money, because that's our business model. But also, we're not going to pull up a dormant IP that some people want, but barely anyone's actually going to play. And I feel like there's always a bit of a balance, isn't there? Like, I want a Dino Crisis remake. Would anyone realistically play it? No. So, I want it, but no one else might be that bothered about it. So,
hey man, we're getting Exo Primal, okay? Just deal with Exo Primal.
It's not the same.
But again, Mars, you bring up a great point. Like, all of these decisions will be business led.
Yeah.
like Nintendo is a
100%.
corporation. It exists to make money. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's
And the Switch
you
has
can
done
get
so
mad
well.
at that, but that's just how the world works.
Yeah, and the Switch has done so well, and Breath of the Wild has done so well that Nintendo don't need to go pulling out dormant IPs and releasing sequels to stuff that's not relevant anymore, because what they're doing works. You know, the Switch has outsold pretty much everything. You know, something of what they're doing is working. So why would they change a model that's going really well for them? But I also just kind of think, although it's kind of few and far between, the games that you get on Nintendo, if you like them, are awesome. You know what you're going to get with it. You know what you're buying into. I do kind of agree with Kat, Ethan, and yourself in terms of the statement does feel a bit unnecessary. You know, there's always going to be people in the community clamoring for a new game, so just ignore it. Like, if you've got it in the pipeline, great, just announce when it's ready and just ignore it until it is, you know. But yeah, I guess I kind of do. I wouldn't say I feel bad for Nintendo, but I feel like they're a bit of a victim of their own niche that they've created, and that's where they're kind of stuck.
I feel like it's weird as well, because like this, I think this generation, we've seen the two definitive versions of the biggest IP, which is like Smash Bros and Mario Kart. Like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the ultimate Mario Kart game.
Yeah.
And they're proving that by not releasing a new one, but throwing 42 tracks back into it. Smash Brothers Ultimate, I don't know where you go from there.
Yeah.
In that series. You know, it is absolutely fucking monstrous, that game. And whatever comes next is going to have to be even better. And I don't doubt Nintendo have the power and the quality to do it, but it's just like, what the hell do you do next?
Yeah.
And so that's when we get Mario Strikers and Mario Golf.
It's tough to fill the gap, isn't it? Until the next big one, I feel like.
Yeah, I just hope they start, for the sake of the Nintendo fans, I just hope they start talking soon. Because they're being very quiet, and it's a little worrying leading up to this Christmas, which they said would include Bayonetta and Breath of the Wild 2, but there's still no confirmation of that. Very, very strange times for Nintendo. Moving on then. Hey, guys, here's a thing. Don't send dick pics to game developers. Yeah? Don't do that. That's really strange. Reading from the almighty Chris Scullion at VGC. Sony Santa Monica creative director Cory Barlog has taken to Twitter to make a plea to the gaming community to start treating game developers better. Sony was heavily speculated to have been announcing a release date for God of War Ragnarok today, as in the 30th of June. This ultimately didn't happen, leading to some of the game developers to reportedly receive abuse from people online. One female developer tweeted that some users have been sending her unsolicited, explicit images and asking her for the game's release date, to which Barlog replied, "Are you fucking kidding me with this right now?" Demanding that nobody should send explicit images to anyone in the industry, he added, "They are busting their ass to make something for you to enjoy. Show some fucking respect." Now, I saw this kind of a tweet line and I was like, yeah, this is not good. Let the record show that they're now taking the complete piss out of me by sitting there going, yes, thank you for listening.
Been listening very intently. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, you know what?
I've never concentrated so hard in my life.
I might have to put the video version of this up because
I didn't consent to that.
People need to see that.
Speaking of consent, so
okay, all right, that's fine.
No, you can put it up. It'll be funny.
I'm going back to HR. Fuck it hell.
Dawn! Dawn, stop eating your cheese sandwiches down there.
Your pickles stink, Dawn.
Right, Miles. For the last time, stop sending dick pics to Cory Barlog, all right? You'll get your release date when you get it.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't get the memo the first time.
Okay. Just for the record, he doesn't actually do that. It was just a joke. He
never
ever would. Never ever would. This is fucking shit, isn't it?
It really is. You know, you think that people haven't stooped to the lowest of the low with the amount of abuse game developers get just from, you know, working on a video game that they really want to play. How weird. And yet sending dick pics as a means to somehow show you're pissed off that someone didn't release a release date about a game that you're excited. I can't fathom it, right? These people are making the games that you desperately want to play, right? They're making these experiences that you obviously care about a lot, that you want to know so badly a release date for. I think this was about. And then you decide to abuse and send dick pics to like people who are making this game for you. It absolutely baffles my brain. And anyone who's doing it is an absolute just idiot. Like, I don't understand it. And it's just shit. You know, they're working under, I think Cory Barlog's been a real proponent, is that the right word, of good working practice, not having to crunch people, making sure people are, enjoying working on these video games, and they get hit with shit like this. And it really just pisses me off. And when you put this, article in, I wasn't surprised, because we know what the community can be like sometimes, or certain parts of it, but it's just awful, and they just don't need it. So just stop doing it. It's just, no one wants to see it. No one needs it. Just don't bother. And if you're really that pissed off about it, just go punch a pillow and get over yourself. It's a game. It will come out when it's ready. Leave it alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, God of War Ragnarok. That's the weird thing. There was no confirmation that the release date was coming that day. It was a rumor that spread on Twitter. That was it. And the developers get harassed because of assholes like that. And
wasn't somebody like Takori, weren't they like, oh, you should blame like the journalists? And it was like, well, no, it was a rumor. Like, they probably got told it. They've told people that it might be the case. And then if you've bought into that, like, that's your decision to do. You have the ability to critically think and to assess information. And equally, they might have been wrong. Who cares? Like, it didn't happen. Get over it. Get on with life. It's fine. It's not that bad.
No, absolutely. This might be a stupid question, but Kat, where do you stand with this kind of behavior?
I just wonder, are these the same people who are supporting no crunch times and slagging off Activision? Because if they are, then they need to pipe the fuck down. Because I think there's a difference between being excited and disappointed that a date has not been released. We did it at Plague Tale, but I'm not getting my titties out and saying, here's my tits for the release date. And like, I know I mean that in jest, but also like, that's a really fucked up thing to do. And I'm laughing, but it's more because I'm like baffled by what they think they were going to gain from that. Because these are, I think we stand with everybody who is trying to support gamers and game developers not losing their mental health to crunching games. These are people that are making games for people's fun and entertainment, and to maybe help their own mental health, or the people who play them. And I just think it's baffling that the direction to go in then is to bash developers for not getting out sooner or not releasing more information, especially something that was based on a rumor. I just think like, it's just so strange to me that like, in the same breath, someone's going to be like, fuck Activision for abuse. Oh yeah, no, we support games taking all the time they need, and then sending that unsolicited dick pic to Cory Barlog, or the shit that Alana's got as well. And I think that it's, now I'm getting paid back for what we've all done. Ross, this is a very serious subject. For anyone who's not watching, he was just zooming on his face and making very serious faces. But yeah, so I guess, I think that, these people are obviously working to the bone. They know that people are excited. And I think that people need to leave it at that. They need to be excited. Why does it have to turn into aggression? We don't do that to Netflix when they don't release, when fucking Selling Sunset season 7's coming out. Do you know what I mean? Or like we don't start bashing Netflix for that.
I love that Selling Sunset is where you went. Of all the
shows, of all the shows on Netflix, like Selling Sunset, the one you settled on.
Yeah, it's the one I settled on. It's the only one I can think of. But okay, fine. No one's giving Netflix shit for Stranger Things. Not releasing their release dates in time or whatever. Okay, and I just think, why are we doing this to actual humans who just want the same thing that we do? They just want to release their game. What is that? A Stranger Thing? Oh, very nice. It's a Stranger Things Funko Pop. Yeah, so that's where I stand on it. Please don't do that. Like, we're all human. We're all on the same page. We all want the same thing. Like, why you gotta be mean? Like, I hope you don't enjoy the game now. There, yeah. I was mean, but
I wish there was a way that these people don't ever have access to the game. I wish that we could make that happen.
Like, because like, what are you doing that for? Like, what is your goal at the end of this? And someone's saying like, oh, well, there wouldn't be all of this extra pressure on you. Stop. Like, why is there extra pressure on them? Let them take their time with a good game, release it when they're ready, and we'll all enjoy it then. Until then, touch some grass.
Touch some grass. Absolutely. Drink
some milk and suck on your little dummy and go to bed.
Pretty much. Ethan, would you like to finish this one off, so to speak?
I wish you hadn't phrased it like that.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I mean, there's only one point of contention that I might have with Kat on this, which is simply this. I do not believe that the people who were sending those things to the development team are the same sort of people who want crunch to end. I don't think they're the same people. I do not believe that the sort of, let's just call them what it is, fuckheads who would do that are actually at all interested in protecting people from, you know, who are working like in the pits, you know, in the actual coalface of making games, because they're never interested in that. It's all about me, self-entitled dickheads every single time. And like, you know, mate, this is not going to make me any friends, but you know what? I don't want to be friends with those people. Like, imagine that. Like, imagine having such a small worldview that you think to yourself, oh, well, God of War Ragnarok isn't going to come out. Better dust off the old peen. No. And like, these people are also not then going to be going, oh, do you know what? I hate crunch. I hate crunch because it means the game takes longer to make. Oh, no, wait, no, I don't think that. I don't actually think that. I think there should be crunch. I think there should be more crunch. And also, I think Bobby Kotick should get a pay rise. These are the sorts of things that these people believe.
Yeah,
and
true.
You can't, again, it's a small minority, right? You know, a very, very small minority, thankfully. But the problem is, there was a phrase that Ronald Reagan used during his presidency when he called them the silent majority. Well, these are sort of the opposite. They're the furious minority who that nothing will ever be good enough. Like, you know, God of War Ragnarok could have released on that day, and then it came out and there might have been a bug and they would have sent a dick pic to Cory Barlog about that. Like, you know, there's no pleasing these people. So, you know, while very much I'm in favor of Barrog and the rest calling them out, they're never going to stop because these people will never be happy. And we should, instead of getting angry at them, I think pity them. Pity them that these people are so sad and live their such small lives that that's all they have. But, you know, as someone with a meager level of fame, I certainly get it, because sometimes it can be overwhelming when people are pouring into your inbox with stuff and it's not great. So I get why Barrog has done it. I just think, unfortunately, it's never going to stop because these people are, as I said, fuckheads. And you can't train a fuckhead.
Well said.
Can that please be the caption for the entire pod?
These
people are fuckheads.
And you can't train a fuckhead.
You can't train a fuckhead.
That's some life advice right there. Like, if you need life advice, there it is.
Did you see what Alana Pierce got sent this week?
I didn't know.
She's if you don't know, she's a writer on God of War and also a very sort of famous YouTuber. And she mentioned on her Instagram, I think, that she didn't want to have kids. And she got a message. I'm gonna read it out. See if this doesn't make your skin crawl, because it made mine really shake. Alana, have kids. As women, you have softer bodies for babies to snuggle into. You're better attuned to their cries and physical cues. You respond more strongly to cute features. Having kids is a woman's highest calling and strongest natural urge. You'll be so miserable without a baby. Stop living in denial. I know you're afraid you'll scare off a man if you admit you want kids with him right off the bat, but just find one who wants them with you. You know you'll be miserable without a baby to cuddle.
You're right, I'm really fucking miserable without my fucking Jaeger bomb, like with my Jaeger bombs and my 24-hour PlayStation. God, so miserable.
How the fuck can someone write that out?
I don't know how you can do that and go, yeah, that's the right thing to say in this situation.
That's a sensible, logical tweet. Said no one fucking ever. What an absolute imbecile, man.
Oh, imagine, and that probably isn't the only one. You know,
no.
Just dealing with that shit 24/7 must be fucking exhausting. And oh man, Alana Pierce rules as well. She's fucking awesome. And this
I'm so tired.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Ben.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because there's nothing you can do with these people. They're just going to sit there and keep doing this. I doubt Alana's the only person that this person has contacted with about that. It sounds like that person might be a single issue voter.
Yes. Yeah, you're probably right.
Imagine caring that much. Oh my God.
It is true though.
Get a hobby.
It is true though. Like when you become a certain age, there'll be people in different generations and different ages and walks of life being like, "So you haven't had kids yet? So you haven't done this yet?" No, I'm still playing with my PlayStation. Leave me alone. Like,
Yeah,
This
there
comes
are
off the
people-
back of
it's
a Sunday Times article that came out yesterday suggesting that the government should be focusing on taxing the childless.
I saw your tweet
Oh, yeah.
about that, and I was like, negative. What was it called? Negative parental tax or something like that. Because
Yeah,
we don't have children, so we should pay more. Fuck off.
but like, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Oh Jesus Christ.
I get that there's a problem with people not having babies, but maybe the way to fix that is to create a world that's livable. I don't know. But until then, God of War Ragnarok, available in 2023, probably.
Oh yeah.
Probably January 2023.
So
You
we sound
want,
And do you know
like-
certainly. They want to
If
get
it
it in
is,
before the tax year ends.
That's okay. That's okay, Corey Balog.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Corey and the rest of the team? Take as long as you need. We'll wait.
Oh, wait.
We got
It's
cat
all
game
good.
to play anyway.
We've
so
got the
it's
cat
fine.
game. We've got Hogwarts, probably. Who
Oh
knows?
yeah.
I
God, I
ain't coming
can't
out
wait.
before, sorry.
It is
I
coming
just-
out in 2022. It's gonna be great, Miles.
I just think there's other games. Like, you'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be all right. We got
Play Vampire Survivors and
Vampire
chill the
Survivors.
fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't
I've
wait
got
to
The
play that.
Witcher. I can wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
12 hours of it.
Yeah.
Barely even
All,
started
All
it.
282 hours left.
Right up until you saw a notice board, and then that was it.
Oh dear. Don't be a fuckhead, my friends. Don't be a fuckhead. Talking of fuckheads, Ethan now has his entire own segment here on the Finger Guns podcast. That's what you get when you come back here 3 times.
Yeah, apparently.
Yep. Ethan, take
Right.
it away.
Okay, so you know how we were saying to not target developers or do anything like that. I'm now going to target a developer. So at 33 past midnight British summertime on the 1st of July 2022, the official social media account of Electronic Arts EA tweeted this: "There are 10, but they only like playing single-player games." Now, for those who are unfamiliar, that is a meme format that has been going around for literally days, because that's how far social media go, with the implication that you talk about someone who's perfect, but they have one distinct flaw. Now, quite aside from the fact that anytime a brand gets hold of a meme, that's it, that's the end of the meme, because brands suck and social media managers are, I won't say what I was about to say, that's not fair. We all need to earn a living for sure, but also give your head a wobble. Now let's talk about the actual ramifications of this tweet, shall we? I think that might be worthwhile. So Electronic Arts voted the worst company in the US not once, not thrice, but twice, has said essentially that they consider, broadly speaking, that people who don't play multiplayer games can never be perfect, can never achieve perfection. And in fact, that is a fundamental flaw in the way that they operate, which I'm sure will be of great comfort to people who bought Jedi Fallen Order, which was published by EA and is a single player game. Thanks for coming, say EA. Thanks for coming. Thanks for buying that. And thanks for making it a minor success. Fuck you, they say. Now, one of the issues that EA has with regards to single player games is that they tend to acquire developers that specialize in such things, rinse them for all that they're worth, and then close them. I'm going to relate one specific example, and that will be Visceral. Now, Visceral, you may remember from the early aughts, developed a game called Dead Space, which was a very, very good game. It was a tight, claustrophobic, Resident Evil 4 style, over-the-shoulder horror game set in a spaceship. And then they made Dead Space 2, both of which were said by EA to have underperformed. And so they made some tweaks when Dead Space 3 came out with a multiplayer function. It was dog shit. It was the actual dog shit worse. And then they canned the series and closed the studio. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is that, sure, it seems that EA really practice what they preach. They genuinely hate you if you like single player games, because then you can't be funneled through their monetization. Do you remember when they released Star Wars Battlefront 2? Do you remember the pushback? Do you remember when actual governments had to get involved to stop them from raping us? Yes, I remember. I remember that they will take it right to the very, very, very edge. But you know what? You go on, EA. Good for you. You're right. People who play single player games are lesser than. EA, piss more like.
They should check out this really cute indie game called The Sims 4.
Can I just say that was epic?
Yeah.
As
Lawrence,
far as
ladies and
speeches
gentlemen.
go, that was fucking epic.
I'm
man.
sweating.
The irony of this is that one of my favorite single player games of the past 10 years is Titanfall 2. Arguably the best single player FPS campaign that's been out, maybe ever.
I adored Titanfall 2.
Unbelievably good game.
Adored it.
And they treat it like it doesn't fucking exist.
Well, it's Apex Legends now. I don't know if you've ever played Apex Legends. You can buy skins in Apex Legends, and that will make you one of the cool kids. That will make you a 10.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
Social media managers, I am begging you. Stop using meme templates.
Yeah.
Because then less people will say the words silence brand.
It got a bit of a response, that tweet. And
Do you know the worst thing about this rant? Right?
Go for it.
Because as I was sort of putting it together and like putting in like all my points and everything like that, I was thinking to myself, I'm doing their job for them. They only tweeted it to get a response out of people like me, and it worked. It irked me.
Perhaps.
I was irked. They got me. They win. Well played, EA.
They came back a few hours later. They were like, that was a bad idea. Sorry about that. We'll take the L on that.
Yeah, they said
guys.
roast well deserved. We'll take the L on this because playing single player games actually makes them an 11. Fuck off.
Yeah,
It's
I
such
see.
a
I
shit
see.
company, man.
Fuck
That's
off.
such a shit company.
Like I said, like it's on record. I think it was twice. I may have gotten that wrong.
I actually think it ended up being 3 times, wasn't it? They were at least nominated for the third
possibly,
year in a row, I think.
But I mean, it's. I just feel sorry for any company currently working under EA. Say, for example, I don't know, I'm just pulling a name out of the air, BioWare, that specialize in single player experiences, and EA have basically, on record, gone, we're not interested in those.
But Anthem was well good.
Yeah, Anthem was brilliant. I'm really glad.
Anthem was class.
Really
I'm so
happy
glad they
with
put BioWare on it.
The amount of times I see a video on YouTube linking to Anthem, which also has the word autopsy in it.
Yeah. What went wrong with Anthem? I don't know.
I mean what went right?
I mean, yeah, I was going to say, you might want to ask what went right. It's a short list.
It wasn't Iron Man. Get the Marvel license and turn it into Iron Man, guys. Come on, that's what you need.
That being said, I have high hopes for Dragon Age 4.
I was going to say, didn't they make Dragon Age? Or aren't
Yeah.
they publishing Dragon Age?
BioWare made it when they were
Like
still
a
allowed to make games
100-hour
that they
single
wanted.
player game. Like, are you fucking...
I want Dragon Age 4 to be good because they need a W after the 1-2 punch of the 1-2-3 punch of Inquisition, Andromeda, and then Anthem.
Yeah.
BioWare need a win because
God.
otherwise they'll go the way of Visceral.
It's been rebooted twice already, though.
Oh.
So
God.
They're never going to hit the end of this. With every single player game that they release in the next 2-3 years, they're going to be like, isn't this a single player game? I thought you didn't like these.
I don't want BioWare to die like Visceral did. I don't want that for them. Like, I don't want that for any studio because, you know, at the end of the day, when a studio closes, sure, you can talk about their legacy. You can talk about the games that they made and the games that they never will make. But I'm more interested in the 200 to 300 people who now don't have a job.
Yeah.
Very talented people who've probably gone off to much better studios and better organizations to work
And
in.
thought they were living their dream forever for the rest of life.
So broadly speaking, unionize. Let's cut the profits of all the people in charge. Yes, I'm talking about you, Android Wilson. I stole that from James Stephanie Sterling. Credit.
Yeah, fair.
Android Wilson is the head of EA. His real name is Andrew. Sorry, this is just for people. This is just clarification. I don't actually think he's a robot.
He is the worst.
I think he's a prick. I don't
He
think
is
he's a robot.
the absolute worst. He's up there with Bobby Kotick as the
I was
absolute
going to say, like,
fucking
Bobby
worst.
Kotick is the worst.
And Yves Rameau, don't forget Yves Rameau.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we
All
can't
of them,
forget the
actually.
trio of them.
Yes, Bobby
Bunnies.
Kotick, who this week, revealed he's leaving Activision when the Microsoft deal goes through, but he's staying on the board.
He's staying on the board.
So
Prick.
great.
He threatened to have one of his PAs killed.
Mhm.
And I
But
don't
hey.
even have to say allegedly. That's just known.
Modern Warfare 2 looks good, right?
I shan't be partaking.
Oh, I really want to play it. It's such a difficult situation. My favorite part of this entire EA thing is Vince Zampella, the head of Respawn, the guy that brought us freaking Jedi Fallen Order, Titanfall, etc. Just doing a facepalm emoji under that tweet.
Yep.
Basically, they took his studio, ripped it from him, and was like, and then just taking the piss out of him. It was like, guys. Assumedly, the EA social media team, these things have to go through stages. They can't just tweet something, right? They have to go through because they're representing the entire brand when they tweet something. And so, assumedly, a social media guy's gone, oh, this is a thing right now. This is a meme. This is funny. And then HR or fucking whoever will be like, okay, that's good to go.
My assumption would be that whoever is the manager of the social media manager would go, what's a meme at the minute?
Mhm.
And they'll go, well, the template currently is there are 10, but. And then they go, right, do your worst. Or whatever it is. Anyway, it's an awful situation. EA suck, as do Activision and Ubisoft and video games. And anyone who plays video games. They all suck.
Yeah, we're all shit.
Yeah.
Equally, we're all
Anyone
shit
who
together.
sends dick pics to Corey,
Yeah,
you suck
fuck
too.
heads.
And actually, Sony suck because of the gender discrimination laws as well.
Yeah.
They can also suck a dick.
Yeah.
And the crunch.
Microsoft
Crunch, yeah,
suck,
that can go.
for allowing Bobby Kotick to stay on the board at Activision.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is that?
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can all stand together. Oh, whatever. It's different.
Nintendo suck for not releasing any games for their platforms.
Not any sequels or remakes or
video
roundabouts
games
anymore.
awful?
Yeah,
So-
the industry's just awful. Why do we
They're
do
the
this?
worst.
You
Why
know
do
how
we talk
last
about
week,
them and
Ross,
play? You
you
know
were
what?
like-
Let's end the podcast right
This
now.
is the last episode of the Finger Guns Podcast.
Yeah, it's finishing after this week.
Next week, we'll just do an Obi-Wan spoiler special. We'll do that for the next 10 weeks.
One episode at a time.
Until
Yeah.
the next series comes out, then we'll
Exactly
do it on
that,
Andor. Yeah,
Exactly
yeah.
that.
You'll get me
I like
back
it.
on to talk about Afterlife again.
We'll
We
start from
missed
season
some
one.
things,
We'll
man.
start
We
from
missed-
season one
yeah.
this time.
What we could do like I'd like to do for The Office. We could go episode by episode.
Oh yeah.
Great idea.
Great episode.
But I'm not in every episode.
Oh.
So some of them I have
Yeah,
no
it's
interest in.
Fair. All right, then let's get into another brand new segment, which is called In Defense of, which is when I give every member of the team 1 minute to defend a video game that they love that nobody else liked. I'm very excited about this because I think it'll be a nice, fun way to get some games out there that people do need to play that may not have the highest of Metacritic scores, but we love regardless. Does anyone have one set and ready to go?
Yeah, I might. If you'll allow Fortnite, but if not, I've got maybe another one.
I will absolutely allow. It's one of my favorite games ever. So I'm going to put 1 minute on the clock. You have exactly 1 minute to tell the whole world. This is amazing. Cat's about to talk about how great Fortnite is. I love this.
I fucking hate myself.
This is how this format rules. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, in defense of Fortnite. Okay, listen, I was a hater too. And the thing is, you could probably clip every time I've slagged not only Ross off, but this fucking game. Okay, and you'd probably get more than a minute. You'd probably be able to clip each time, and it's just me being like, Fortnite shit, Fortnite sucks, no one cares, everyone's bored. Oh, Ross is just playing Fortnite again. And you know what? I would stand by it if I wasn't so fucking wrong. If I knew I'd love it, and it's just that secret deep down shit. Okay, it's fun, it's whimsical, it's colourful, it doesn't take itself too seriously. You can wear a Pac-Man as a bag, and if you buy the Among Us bag, when you die, it does the Among Us sound. You know, And if you really hate 13-year-old kids, you can shoot them in the face. Who knows? You probably are shooting a 13-year-old in the face. I have a very annoying 13-year-old cousin, so I'm not doing that because I hate kids. She's just very annoying. Yeah, in defense of, just play it and don't be a hater.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I hate myself.
No,
in
you
defense
don't.
of myself.
You love it.
That was not me. I was under duress. I had a gun in my back.
Ethan, would you like to go next?
Of course.
Right. Your 1 minute begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
Dynasty Warriors.
Ooh.
Yes, my guy. I can just see Mars has already exploded.
You took
Dynasty
mine.
Warriors, one
You
of the
bastard.
finest series that has ever been created, except not really. The issue that it has is that it's samey and repetitive. But you know what? Sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes you need to be a small guy with anime hair and a massive sword cleaving through dozens, if not hundreds, if not thousands of fleshy little meat bags. Now, I'm not talking about Dynasty Warriors 9, which was a travesty. I am talking about the definitive experience, the absolute definitive Dynasty Warriors experience, which you can get on all major consoles right now. Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Complete Edition. It is the absolute pure distillation of a game series that has squealing rock guitar over ancient feudal China with lots of big swords, lots of smashing around. It is the perfect game to unwind. Get involved. Dynasty Warriors Extreme Legends 8 Complete Edition.
Lovely stuff. Dynasty Warriors 8 Complete Edition. That exact one. None of the others.
Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Complete Edition. That is
Wow.
the absolute daddy.
It is the
a-
pinnacle. It
that is a
really is
title.
the pinnacle. I put 180 hours into that one.
I still
Damn.
play it to this day. It came out in, I think, 2014.
So good. Such a good game. Also, you stole mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
Oh, I
okay.
didn't know.
I do
I'm
have
sorry.
another one. I do have another one, so I'm okay.
All right, Miles.
I could see how excited you were when I said it. So I was like,
yes.
a fellow traveler.
There's someone else who appreciates how good it is. Okay.
Okay,
ready.
Miles. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Mine's going to be slightly controversial, but it's Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I know it wasn't universally hated. It has got a good Metacritic score, but lots of people hate this game. And I think all of those people are absolute fools and need to have their brains taken out of their head because they clearly can't appreciate the good things in life. This game is so fucking good. You run around as a cyborg ninja. Raiden is a badass now, and you just cleave people to pieces in slow motion. And your first fight in the game is against a Metal Gear, and you cleave it to literal pieces. You jump across rockets to reach up to its face, and then you cleave its laser straight out of its face. You fight off against loads of cool ninja people. You get a wolf buddy, a cyborg wolf buddy who follows you around in the game. It's so, so good. And just to kind of prove it, it's actually had a resurgence, no pun intended, recently, where everyone's now making a meme of the end fight with Senator Armstrong, where they're like, "What's your source?" And he's like, "My source is I made it the fuck up." And he just kicks him straight in the face. And the game's fucking awesome. Play it.
I'm going to make 2 points.
Go for it.
Number 1, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance Resurgence is funny. Number 2, as soon as he said it, I had a smile as wide as the Cheshire Cat, and Cat could not have looked more bored.
I think Rising is probably one of Cat's, like, if you had to make a game that Cat wouldn't enjoy playing, Metal Gear Rising would be it. It would be one of them.
I've
It would
never
be
seen
heaven.
someone check out so hard, fast and so hard in my entire life.
It's just such a good game, and it's so memeable now. But it's
It's brilliant.
also actually got quite a narrative that fits with what's going on in today's world, because it's all about people just being stupid and taking control over people again. It's really ridiculous, but awesome and kind of on point. And Raiden is awesome in it, so play it. It's great.
Raiden is finally awesome.
Right, Raiden is
It
finally
took
a
3
cool
games, but they got him there.
They had to make him a ninja, then that wasn't quite enough. So they're like, fuck it, you can just be the ninja now. Fine, we'll give you your game. You can be a ninja. Just deal with it. Just like him. Like,
They
I
should
think
put Raiden in Dynasty Warriors.
Don't. I can't deal with that. No, I can't even. I'm going to need to excuse myself for a minute.
We're going to need to talk about Dynasty Warriors after this, by the way.
Absolutely, we
Right.
are.
have so
Absolutely
much
we
to
are.
say.
Can we do a spoiler special?
Ross, can we do a spoiler special for a game based on a book that came out in like BC?
Please.
Of course we can.
Please.
We can do anything.
No one will listen to it because no one plays Dynasty Warriors, but we will have the best time. We will have time.
The romance of the three candles.
If you want to come to me and get a series commissioned, just ask. You know, the podcast is freewheeling, baby. You do whatever you like.
So okay, fine. It's Miles and Ethan talk about every single battle in Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Complete Edition.
And we debate who's the best
God.
character. It's Zhao Yun. Don't at me. I know
It's not Zhao Yun, it's Zhang
It
He,
is
but
Zhao Yun.
thanks.
It's absolutely Zhao Yun. Don't at me on
It's
it.
Zhang He. He's a flamboyant prince.
I don't think anything will make Mars happier, to be honest.
I am so happy right now. I'm literally living my dream. On a
Can you
podcast
imagine,
in this
right, if we
moment.
actually make this podcast, put it out on the network, and it's the most successful thing that Finger Guns has ever done?
I would cry with happiness. I would cry.
Mars will be fired immediately.
Wow. That's how afraid you are of success.
The Elden Ring spoiler special, fine. Dynasty Warriors, get the fuck out.
161 episodes of this, but Miles' Dynasty Warriors podcast is the one that makes it.
It might. You never know.
I feel like we have to do it now just so we can see if this
It has a small but loyal and psychotic fan base. You're going to love it.
really does.
All right, well, sure. Why not? Let's do it.
We're going to talk about it.
Be excited about it, those. Also, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is utter dog shit.
Don't.
Anyway.
Rude.
It's
What's
not.
your
It's not.
defense of Rossko?
It's not, actually.
What's yours
Like,
then? Let's
It's
hear
better
yours.
than
Yeah,
Metal Gear
go on.
Survivor.
Go on.
Give it
I'm getting a timer up now.
We're going to mock
Ross.
you the whole way through now.
Here we go.
All right, I'm ready. It was a
Are you
joke.
ready?
It's a joke.
3, 2, 1.
My game is the one and the only Far Cry 5. Now, this game was dismissed when it came out. The cat is genuinely yawning, which since when it came out. And it was genuinely, I think, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to say this. This is my favorite Far Cry game ever. I love the world. I love the story. I love the villain. I love the seeds. I love Hope County. I love going on Eden's Gate. The entire area is fantastic. It's full of joy. It's full of fun. It's ridiculous and it's hilarious. And I think it's really fun. And if you don't think it's fun, that's fine. I think it's great. I think it's better than Far Cry 6. I think it's better than 3. I think it's better than 4. Yeah, it's better than 3. Deal with it. I've got to deal with these motherfuckers every single night I try and do this. Cat, that was really unnecessary. Oh my God, this video has to go up. This is truly outrageous. I'm just trying to talk about a video game that I like. And this is the shit that I get. Thank you very much, indeed, everyone. Good night.
Far Cry 5 shit. Move on.
Can I just say for the record, I actually did like Far Cry 5, but it's not the best.
It is.
It's not.
How's it going there, Cat? You all right?
I was disagreeing whilst yawning.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you. Yes.
Well, that's
Turns
why-
out this segment's quite contentious.
Yeah, isn't it just?
The quiz has been very contentious, and so is this segment.
Yeah.
What is it about? Is it me? Because I feel like there's
No.
more arguments when I come on.
I think normally I just get bullied and then it just kind of falls away after that.
Oh, look. Miles is playing the victim.
Oh, here we go. There it is. There it is.
Again.
Oh, thee who won the quiz is so sad. Boody boob boo boos.
I mean, I'm not going to apologize for winning the quiz. It was a good time.
You should. You're a dog.
Yeah, you nerd.
Whoa. Cool, Dawn down. We need to get some things figured out.
No, I'm not actually going to be insulting Miles anymore because we've got a world takeover podcast to make.
We've got Dynasty Warriors content to make, and I am excited.
Right then, let's get into our recommendations. This is where we've seen something throughout the week that we want to share with you, our loyal listener, whether it be a game, a TV show, a movie, a book, or a mattress. I don't know. I'm looking at things in my flat. So I'm going to start with Miles this week because we've got to mix it up this week, haven't we? So
I'm going to recommend Dynasty Warriors. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to recommend a place called Otherworld, which is a VR experience place. There was one in Bristol that me and Kat went to. I'm sure this was.
Do you
gonna
mean
be our
Birmingham?
recommendation. Birmingham, yes, Birmingham. If it can would be same thing. And yeah, I'm sure this was going to be yours, Kat. So apologies, not sorry. and it's got a bunch of different games on there. I think there was 16 in total. You get an hour, and you get to go into like this whole virtual like map world thing. It's full kind of body movement tracking, and it works incredibly well. I was shooting up zombies in Arizona sunshine for a good half an hour in a horde mode, and I had the best time with a Tommy gun and a pistol in both hands, and I just blazed through every zombie in existence. It was awesome. So thoroughly recommend it, and yeah, definitely go try it out if you're interested in VR. It's better than PSVR as well. I will say that.
Yeah, most things are
much better than PSVR.
Yeah. All right, nice one. Isn't there a VR spot opening in Taunton soon? I'm sure I read that somewhere.
I think it's open. It's got a sign out the front of this building, but it's very looks like it's not really a thing. I don't know.
Okay.
But there is. I think it is open now.
Oh, all right, nice one. Kat, your recommendation for the week?
I also want to add into Miles's recommendation that place is 4D, so it's dynamic. So if you are on a part of the island that is typically hot, which means the game is harder, the room your little pod that you're in will blast heat. So you're
cool.
shooting guns in the heat, and it's really cool. My recommendation is a Netflix series that I recently watched. So if anyone who knows me personally will know that I was a strong defender of Stephen Avery. Well, I love a good cold case. And although it's not a cold case, I love a good serial killer. Did they do it? And so recently, and I know it's old as shit, and I know it's been on there for a while, but obviously recently it's been remade for the UK version, and that's The Staircase. But I'm talking about the Netflix documentary, The Staircase, not the British remake. So The Staircase, for anybody who doesn't know, is about it's a real life murder case where this famous writer in North Carolina, his wife falls down the stairs and dies. But 20 years prior, his wife also died falling down the stairs. And so immediately as the second wife falls down, and it is so, Ross, I just saw your face. Yeah, right. And it is very, so the first one was ruled initially as accidental. She had a brain aneurysm on the stairs, she dies. Second wife dies in almost like the identical way. It's just not a brain aneurysm. He gets arrested almost immediately. Now, they edit it so well that I think with Stephen Avery, it was very defense heavy. For this, I've watched it with people, and people are torn either way. I personally don't think he did it, despite the fact there is humongous coincidence. It'll also get you angry at American police all over again, because I think that there's such a strange dynamic with the prosecution over there. But it's such a good series. It's only 13 episodes. It's well worth a watch to see what you think. The whole court case has been they documented it in the I think it's the 2000s, the early 2000s, and they've done the show for Netflix, and yeah, it's well worth a watch. If you did like Making a Murderer, it's very similar, so go watch it.
That sounds awesome. I was a big fan of Making a Murderer.
Oh, that woman, Kathleen Zellner, she's a shark. She will get him out. She will, I'm sure of it. But it's really sad that his mum died, because that's
I sure hope so. Mr. Ethan Lawrence, your recommendation for the week?
So instead of one big one, I've got 4 small ones, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course.
Number 1, I'd like to recommend Dynasty Warriors. Number 2, I'd like to recommend the work of video games journalist Chris Scullion, who not only runs the Tired Old Hack website and works for VGC, but also has a series of film reviews that was a bit mental. I recommended his stuff last time when he was on the pod, and it would be remiss of me not to recommend it again now that we're here. I would like to recommend this recipe, this Tom Kerridge recipe of Louisiana prawns with kale that I tried the other day. That's great. If you want to try it, tweet me on Twitter and I'll send you a link. And there was one more thing, isn't it? I said 4 things. Oh yeah, Time Splitters. If you've ever played Time Splitters, you should remind yourself how great Time Splitters is. It is not part of the PS Plus Premium subscription, which is an absolute travesty. But if you have an old console, PS2 or what have you, or I think it was on Xbox as well, replay Time Splitters. God, those games were great. I cede the rest of my time to Dynasty Warriors, which Miles is now going to be talking about now.
Miles is already gone, unfortunately.
Dynasty Warriors is good. It's just loving life.
Great. I bought Time Splitters 2 just this week on Xbox, actually.
Oh, have fun with it. I'm on the cusp of replaying it myself. So
£3.19 on the Xbox store.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there's rumors, there's bubblings that Free Radical are working on a little sign. And I couldn't be more excited.
They confirmed it, man. They confirmed it months ago. They dropped out a little Twitter thing like, we are working on Time Splitters. It's going to be a while off, but it's coming.
We'll see. There's rumblings.
Yeah. My recommendation is a couple of things. First off, this is not going to be a surprise to anyone, but Stranger Things Volume 2 is out. It is freaking superb. It is my favorite show of the year. It is put everything Marvel and Star Wars have done into fucking dust. It's such a unique show. There's nothing like it. It's fascinating. It's exciting. It's scary. It's fun. It's everything that Marvel and Star Wars TV shows should be, but for some reason aren't. And it is the king of streaming TV shows, in my personal opinion. And the last 2 episodes have proved that immensely. The finale is 2.5 hours long. It is an absolute masterpiece. It is so great. And it flies by. I cannot believe it was 2.5 hours long. I thoroughly enjoyed every second. And lastly, you should follow this guy called Ethan D. Lawrence on TikTok, because his TikToks are, well, hilarious and a work of genius.
They're shit.
Oh, then they're really not, mate.
I've got no idea.
They're really not. The Council of Ethans was absolutely superb.
That's all. That took everything I had. I was like, that's the one idea a year that I have, and I've blown it on a TikTok that, frankly, didn't even do that well. So,
isn't that annoying when you think, "Hey, I've got something here," and then just nothing happens?
This is the thing, right?
TikTok
I said I'm not going to
algorithm.
do Q&As anymore because I was getting burnt out on them, and so were the audience. So I was like, come up with ideas for different things, and everyone was like, make comedy sketches, and then I make one, and it doesn't do any numbers. What's the point? What is the point of any of this? So I'm actually going to counter Roscoe's recommendation.
Okay.
Don't follow my TikTok. Unfollow it. It's bad.
Oh,
It's
I just
bad and no
followed
one
it.
should
Do I have to
watch
unfollow it now?
I think it's good. It's a good time. Right then, let's get to out this week. And out this week, we have, oh dear, we have Cursed Island coming to Xbox One on the 6th. We have Let's Play Oink games on PC coming to the PC on the 6th of July. Ruins Magus coming to PC on July 7th. Matchpoint Tennis Championship coming to consoles on July 7th. Witch Strandings coming to PC on July 7th. Klonoa, is that the old ones? Or was that the new one? No, it must be the old one. Klonoa Fantasy Reverie Series, yeah, it's the classic ones. July 8th on PC. Madison is coming out on July 8th. You may or may not hear something about that on Finger Guns this week, if you're very, very lucky. Dragon Forge is coming on July 8th. Eurokill, the Culmination Games, is coming to PC on July 8th. Monument Valley 2, the Panoramic Edition. I mean, Monument Valley, it fucking rules. So do go check that out. And Neon Blight is also coming out on PC on July 11th. Neon Blight is pretty dope. Recommendation from there. Monument Valley 2 and Neon Blight. But Jesus, that is a quiet week for releases.
I was going to say, you could tell it's summer, can't you?
Yeah.
That is a very fallow field.
Yeah. I mean, we really haven't got, I mean, the most major thing coming out is Stray on the 19th. Stray and the Forza Horizon Hot Wheels stuff, really. Power Wash Simulator is coming out on consoles on July 14th, which is a cult thing where you just power wash. It's made by Future Lab, the guys that made Velocity, and it looks fucking awesome.
I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, me too.
That's probably like my most excited for upcoming.
Can you imagine?
Speaking of simulators, though, Lawnmower Simulator is available on Extra, and I'm this close to downloading it because apparently it's amazing.
It's free. Get it. You might as well.
Yeah.
It's so zen. It's so zen. And that stuff like Power Wash Simulator is going to be a really zen, relaxing time as well, I think. July 19th also sees the release of As Dusk Falls. Can we talk about this for a second? I only saw the trailer for this recently because I missed the Xbox showcase and I was trying to catch up. I don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
This looks like the worst thing ever.
It looks like a comic
so
book
shit.
that would give you motion sickness.
Yeah.
Why? And do you know what? I love
looks
those kind of
garbage.
games. That kind of game, if it was in the proper format, I'd be reviewing. But I don't want to feel sick. So
love a narrative-based kind of choice thing and all that. Love it. It looks horrible.
It looks like they made it in PowerPoint.
It doesn't look great.
Yeah, like so apparently like what you're seeing in the trailer, Ethan, is how the game plays.
Oh,
and you make choices and it just like motion blurs everywhere. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I mean, I hope they fixed that before release. I hope that's like a bug and not a feature.
Unfortunately, it's a visual.
It's an actual
feature.
Oh no!
I think it's a selling point. It's like you can just stick to what they normally do, dudes. You know, it's fine. That was fine. It worked for Heavy Rain. It worked for Detroit.
I'd love to have seen the board meeting where they decided that was the art style that was for them, because I just cannot fathom how that conversation went.
I can look at a game that's not for me and go, that's not for me, but I'm sure it'll be for someone. I don't know who's playing as Dusk Falls and not getting an aneurysm.
I'm definitely gonna like wait until someone YouTubes the playthrough, and then I'm gonna have a look at the first 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna be like praying and hoping that they put some sort of, I don't know, actual game into it as opposed to like motion sickness comic strips, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Very strange, but that comes out the same day as Stray, so you ain't going to be playing it anyway.
Nope.
Yeah, know what I mean?
Meow meow.
Oh my God, I cannot wait. We're so close now. We're so close now. Literally 2 weeks. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all very much indeed for listening. Don't forget, if you want to follow us, you can follow us absolutely everywhere. Just go to the link tree in the description below to find us in all the places. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can at FNGRGNS. If you want to follow us individually, all of our handles are in the description below, except for Mars, of course. He's smart and not on Twitter. You can find Ethan at Ethan D. Lawrence as well on Twitter.
Yeah, Ethan D. Lawrence on Twitter and Instagram, and don't follow my TikTok.
Well worth a follow on all three of those platforms, I should say.
Apart from TikTok.
You can follow my TikTok if you like, but I haven't done it in like a year. I had like a good thing going. And then I felt like I got fat, so I stopped. And I went back to it.
Yeah, Finger Guns is also on TikTok. We do have a little TikTok that we haven't added to.
Yeah, and then actually I did the TikTok for that, and then someone actually called me fat, and then I didn't do one again because people are mean. And actually somebody thought that was I did such an excellent lip sync that somebody thought that was my burp. Losers. Losers, because I'm actually a banging actor.
Fuckheads. Damn right you are.
Fuckheads.
What was I? If you want to follow our Patreon, why not follow our Patreon? For $1 a month, you can keep this podcast
Speaking
live.
of fuckheads.
Speaking of fuckheads, give us money for
Give
$1
money!
a month. You can keep this podcast live on its various podcasting services and keep the website nice and shiny. But until then, Mr. Ethan Lawrence, thank you very much indeed for joining us on the podcast this week.
Thank you for having me back. And a real pleasure as always.
What an evening this has been.
It's had its ups and downs, isn't it? Mars has just changed his name on on Zoom to Dynasty Mars.
Look out for Mars and Ethan's Dynasty Warriors podcast coming very, very soon.
The awful thing is that you think we're joking.
I really don't at this point now.
Dynasty Mars Extreme Legend is getting worse. I love it.
I'd be totally up for it.
It's happening. It's happening and it's real.
Miles, did you ever think that when you started on Finger Guns, you'd be doing a Dynasty Warriors podcast with Ethan Lawrence from Afterlife and Bad Education?
I did not, and I am literally living the dream right now. This is literally my dream come to life.
I'm genuinely getting your email after this, and we're going to sort this out.
I'm so excited.
Because I really don't think that Rossko thinks this is real, and it is. So he needs to...
It absolutely is real. This is happening. It's happening. It's going to be the biggest podcast of the year.
Right. We're going to have to go through the editing thing, Miles, because I want nothing to do with this. This is all you.
You can't stop this train. It's happening. It's rolling on through.
Choo choo, motherfuckers.
It's coming through the station, whether you like it or not.
To the Battle of the Wuzhang Plains, which, as you all know, Rossko, is usually the final stage of the Shu and Wei campaigns.
Deep Dive Dynasty.
That's right.
Yeah.
More extreme looks at Dynasty Warriors like that coming soon.
Lubu's going to steamroll through and just wreck everything.
Well, there we go. We've commissioned a brand new show tonight. That's pretty awesome. I'm going to be back on Thursday morning because I'm doing a Stranger Things spoiler special with some friends of mine. We're going to get very, very deep into the final episode of Stranger Things, and I'm very much looking forward to that. So look out for that on Thursday morning if you, of course, have seen the finale of Stranger Things. Don't listen to it until you've seen it because we're going to be spoiling the fuck out of it. But until then, it is goodbye from Dynasty Miles Extreme Legend.
I can't believe you actually said it as well. I'm proud. So long.
It's goodbye from Kat.
Bye.
That was much easier to say. It's goodbye from the almighty Ethan Lawrence.
Don't follow my TikTok. Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. I've been Rossko. Until next time, this has been the Finger Guns Podcast.